Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at my personal belief that this is one of the cheapest Pokemon you can use. Sure, it's going to be ranked not near the top as far as PvPoke is concerned, but it is going to be Shadow Granbull with Charm. Now, Granbull with Snarl, Shadow as well, is going to be proving to be pretty good also, but it's all about the quick move is what we're going to be focusing on, as well as the charge moves that it does have. Close Combat Crunch, pretty good coverage. And we're going to be pairing it up with an XL Talonflame and our very highly ranked Shiny Empoleon, which is just amazing. Steel type is always fantastic. So we do have two types to cover the fighting there, and then as well as the other types to cover the poison. Talonflame isn't necessarily resisting poison or anything, but we do have the Empoleon to cover us for that. With that said, I had a blast, and it is a little dirty. I understand Shadow Charm is dirty. I get it, but you know, I'm just having a little fun over here, whatever. You know, let's just see what we can do. I'm going to be putting over PvPoke on the side so you can see some matchups as well as how good it is going to be going up even against steel types. We're going to be seeing that in the video as well, but you're going to be able to see how quickly it's going to be able to take out specific Pokemon like Scrafty, Obstagoon, Shadow Dragonite. We're talking 3, 4 charms, 5 charms for some of these Pokemon. Absolutely incredible. Yes, I know they're very weak to it, but just trying to prove a point here. Anyways, into this battle, let's go ahead and hop into the commentary. We have a matchup up against Empoleon. Now, you know, this isn't as bad as you may think it is. You're taking a lot of damage, sure, but it's almost going to be able to be dished right back. Now, they're going to be shielding up that first flame charge, which is going to be good for me. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't, but maybe the better strategy is maybe to let that first one go through and then shield the next one. But they want a double shield, so you know, I can't really tell exactly what's going on here. We'll see later on. Maybe they have a plan. Maybe they just wanted to get rid of the Talonflame. There's other Pokemon in the back weak to it. Anyways, we're just going to be able to bring in our Empoleon here and kind of just start absorbing whatever they're going to throw at us. And hopefully there's going to be something in the back that the Granbull can handle. I mean, we do have close combat, so if it is a steel type, and yes, Charm doesn't generate energy that fast, but with one shield, it should allow us to get to it. Anyways, they got a Blade back there. We're going to go ahead and shield this up because we will take a good amount of damage from Leaf Blade and then charm that thing out of here. Looking good. And they have a Dragonite in the back. We're not able to see how fast we can take it out, but good game there. Winning it with the Granbull at the end into the next one. We're going to be leading with Talonflame the entire time, XL, and the 2 other Pokemon in the back. For the next battle, we're met with a Nidoqueen. This is fine. It can get a little bit dangerous here, so we better watch ourselves. Let the first Poison Fang go through. We will be shielding the next one up. I could let it all go through. Come in with the Nidoqueen, or the Nidoqueen because I'm looking at it. Come in with the Empoleon and farm down with Waterfall. But I decided to just go ahead and shield this up. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them as well if they want to win this matchup. Letting it go. Okay, that's interesting. They're going to be coming in with a Lapras. Now, this is perfectly fine because they're not going to be able to farm any extra energy here. They're just doing all of it. And we're going to be able to come in with Empoleon and, you know, take care of business here. Everything they throw at us is not very effective. They have a Braylon. We swap. Go in with the Granbull. Take it out with 4 charms. I would say 3.5 there. And taking the win. Looking good. On to our next opponent here, folks. And make sure you hit that like button if you do enjoy my videos. I'll keep them coming at you here. So we're met with a Alolan Ninetales. Okay. So we already know how this is going to be playing out since we do use that Ninetales quite a bit here. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge. Now I am going to shield up the first one here, knowing how fast the Weather Ball and Powdered Snow are going to be adding up. Even though we are Fire type, definitely not going to be shielding up another one here. Letting it go through, and we're going to be able to extremely threaten this thing with our quick moves as well as having them, you know, needing to shield to survive this. But they want to let it go. They use one shield. That's okay. Coming in here with the Drifblim, they're going to be able to get to the Icy Wind first. That's fine, and we're going to go ahead and let it go down. Now I can go in here with either Granbull or Empoleon, but I kind of need to think about what they do have in the back. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in the Granbull here and just start charging up. I do believe we, actually I don't remember if I think we do shield this up. Yeah, I thought it might be a Shadow Ball. So I figured there was a fighter in the back. Fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and swap into Empoleon here just so they can throw their energy, or we're just going to be able to farm them down just like that. And taking the win with Empoleon there with the Granbull doing so much damage. You're going to see throughout this entire video how incredibly strong it is. Not that I need to tell you twice, it's a Shadow Charm user, but I just want you to see how OP this thing can be. So we have an Obstagoon for the lead up against our Talonflame here. We don't really mind this battle at all, so long as they don't get the boost. Otherwise, we're going to be in a little bit of a trouble situation. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to carry on. and let this go through here. Because the counters are resisted and they're not getting stabbed, I felt like I was going to be able to quick move it down here after this with the Flame Charge, and then the Incinerates followed afterwards. And they are using another shield, or their first shield. Gonna go for a Night Slash. We are using our shield. We should be able to farm down here. Fantastic. So we're just gonna go for the Brave Bird no matter what it is. We don't care. We've gotten raised attack. I don't care if it's a steel type. It's just unfortunate. We'll just go in with Empoleon. So we're absolutely going to be throwing Empoleon in here, seeing that we do resist the poison, but they're going to have Thunder Punch and probably also Dark Pulse. So we're going to go ahead and let it go through. Thunder Punch doing a lot of damage, but not too threatening at this point. We kind of need to get rid of this Muck because, well, you know, Grambull is going to absolutely get destroyed. Although our Charm will probably still dig in quite a bit, even though it is going to be resisting us because it is poison, pure poison type. Deciding to just carry on with that Muck. There must be something back there weak to this, and it is going to be a Venusaur. They're just holding off until the very end, huh? So I was thinking that they might be able to get to a couple of charge moves and take me out before, but I'm able to get to these. So I don't think that's going to happen. We're just going to go for the Drill Peck, swap into the Grambull, and take the win with an Invisible Charm. All right, into the next battle here. We're going to be met with a Berserker. This is great, that pure Steel type. They're swapping into Politoed. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Empoleon. Now, I figured this is going to have Earthquake here, so I need to kind of be careful. And there it is, straight up Earthquake. Funny enough, I do use 2 shields here, which I believe ends up being my demise. But it was satisfying shielding up 2 Earthquakes. Like, I'm just wondering what they're thinking. Like, oh, why did he let it go? It could have been a Weather Ball. Why did he use 2 shields, you know? Anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and go Drill Peck. And they're saving their shields. At this point, I'm not too nervous, but I'm thinking this could be bad. Depends on what they do have in the back. So we're able to get to the Hydro Cannon here. Expecting a shield out of the Berserker, and there it is. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Talonflame, and it is going to be a Swampert. So it's GG's. We've lost, but let's go ahead and just continue on here and see what we can do. They have no more shields left, and this is going to take us out, unfortunately, because we did drop our defense dramatically. Down we go, and, well, yeah, the Empoleon does resist water, but the quick move is slowly but surely adding up, and then the Hydro Cannon is going to be enough. Just about, yeah, a couple more quick moves, which is even worse for me because now it farmed even extra. In comes the Grambull, and there's no way it can take on all this. That Swampert has like 2 Hydro Cannons ready to go at this point, so they're going to go for the 1 here and the next one, and they take the win. So that's going to be a loss for us, but hey, good games, and let's go ahead and move on to our next one here. Have a pretty decently long video compared to the other 2 that I did put out, about 25 minutes worth of battles, and we're met with a Glade. This is fine. This is actually really good. The Confusion's going to be doing some great damage, sure. Close combat is resisted, but still going to be doing some good damage to us. We're going to let this go through Calling a Leaf Blade, massively resisted by the Flying and Fire. Great, and we are going to let this one go too. Okay, we're getting brave here, and I wasn't nervous about them using another shield. If that was the case, I would have shielded that one up. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, my turn to have 2 shields, and they have none. So we're in here with the Granbull up against the Escavalier here, and we're still doing a ton of damage with our Charm, just digging into that thing. They go for an Acid. Great. It's okay. That's perfectly fine. It actually would have done a decent amount of damage, so it's kind of a good thing we shielded it up. They are shieldless. What do you have in the back? And it is going to be an Empoleon. Yeah, we're going to be able to take the cake on this one here because we do have a full health Empoleon. That one has been hurt. Sure, it is farmed up a bit, but we do have a shield and also full health. So going for that Hydro Cannon here. And yeah, just going to be able to just work around the situation. Shield this. It's not really a situation. But commend them for hanging out. Okay, and there we go. Taking the win. Looking good. Let's go ahead and move on to our next opponent here. Let's see what we're going to be met with. Oh, okay. That's a fantastically right. They're going to be swapping into an Empoleon. We're going to go ahead and bring in ours. Now, I was thinking, well, yeah, that's the right play. We do have Grambull that doesn't want to see the Venusaur as well, but then again, we're still going to be doing a ton of damage. And we do have the Talonflame, so we'll just go ahead and see what we can work out of the situation here. Now, ideally, we want to win this matchup. I do believe we're going to have to shield again if we actually do, if they shield this up. So let's see how this works out. And I do not plan on double shielding, but they let it go, which is interesting. I think they wanted to come in here and farm down with the Venusaur. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and go for the drill peck, or just farm up in general. They got a bunch of energy loaded up on that Venusaur, so they can do quite a bit of damage to my Talonflame with the Sludge Bomb. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through, holding on to our last shield and doing a bunch, swapping into a Swampert. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Granbull here. Now, I'm kind of in a awkward situation, but we can still make it work. So let's see what we have. Shielding this up, we will be able to survive another Hydro Cannon, but they're not able to get to it. Actually, I think it may have KO'd, but nonetheless, we survive. We take them out with that OP Charm. We're getting to the crunch, getting a shield from them, and at this point, well, it's just... So what I'm thinking is a lot of people underestimate the amount of damage a Shadow Charm is going to be doing to something that does resist it. I mean, it is very strong. Into the next battle, we're met with a good lead up against Glade. That Confusion is going to be doing plenty of damage. They do swap into a Crobat. We're going to retreat with our Talonflame with energy on it and bring in our Empoleon here and have a little fun. So even if they get off a Shadow Ball, that is really not going to be too troublesome. But you're going to see the foolish mistake that I did make here in a moment. So we're letting that Shadow Ball go through, absolutely. And I'm thinking at this moment, another Shadow Ball. No, it's not. It's a Poison Sting for sure. I mean, Poison Fang, sorry. And well, we shield up something that would have done barely any damage at all. So lovely. Bringing in the Glade here, we're going to be able to get off the Drill Peck, and we're not going to swap. We're just going to stay right where we're at because, well, we don't want to lock. That's perfectly fine. Although they do have one Pokemon, it wouldn't be the worst situation to do that if you knew you were going to be able to take a charge move without shielding with the Pokemon you're swapping into. Anyways, they do have a Swampert in the back, and we're going to go ahead and go Flame Charge here. Thinking I was going to get a shield, but they're not giving it up. Okay. Interesting here. So we're going to be able to survive this, but I think the quick moves would have taken us out. So we just go ahead and swap into our Granbull, shield this up, and then the Charm is just going to be able to melt that thing away. They go for Earthquake, maybe thinking we would let it go through, and they did not use a shield. Into the next battle. Now you're going to see what happens when I just get straight, like hard countered, and I'm not even in the mood. So they have a Crustle with Smackdown. I swap into Granbull, it's a Venusaur, and I say, you know what? Have the game, buddy. Let's keep it... I mean, come on, right? I mean, come on. Next battle here. I mean, a lot of times I do stay. Obviously, you're seeing matches where I'm hard countered, but Smackdown is a hard counter. And then the Venusaur, I just, I figured, all right, you won. Let's not just play this out here, right? Let's not beat around the bush. Anyway, so this is a matchup where we would like to shield that first one, which we did. Like we talked about in the other matchup, it's just going to be adding up. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them with the Flame Charge here, and we do fantastic. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Granbull and just Charm away. And let this go through. It is an Earthquake. I was surprised that Granbull took that so well. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, great, Earthquake, lovely. But we were able to survive it. We're going to go down and not shield it up. Bring in the Empoleon and farm up here. Sweet. So they were trying to get to an Earthquake. They had a Weather Ball. They were just trying to get to that Earthquake there. And we do not get to see what their last Pokemon is because they back out. We take the win. Into the next one, we're going to be met with a Gengar. And this is kind of interesting. What I was thinking they were going to do is pretty much, build up a bunch of energy, go for the Shadow Punch. I do shield it up just in case, and then go for a Shadow Ball. So essentially, we're going to have to shield twice here if we wanted to win this matchup. For what I did, but they let that go through, which was very interesting. We are down a shield, bringing in Empoleon, so we're going to be doing a lot of damage with this Flame Charge now. Alright, so I just messed around with my mic, and I think it does sound a little bit better, so sorry for the, Raggedy Ann voice that, you got a bunch of patches that don't even match it. In this case, I'm talking about my voice. Got some voice that sounds like another person over here, then another... It's like, what the heck's going on? You got like a couple twins over there. Anyway, yeah, microphone problems, and let's get back into the battle. So bring it into the Empoleon here, and essentially we've won this. Yeah, I mean, they just got less health, and simple as that. So we're going to shield this up. And I do believe we just go for the straight farm down here. We're not even going to throw, not even when we get to 2. We're just not going to, because I don't think we can win if we do that. So we're going, and there you have it. Winning with like 2 HP, looking good. Gotta love that tanky aspect with those good IVs. Into the next battle here, we're met with an Embalming Snow. I think this is the best that it gets. They're swapping, and here we go with that hard counter. So, same thing that happened to me earlier, happening to somebody else. These battles, you just can't win. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, what are you going to do? All right, so down goes that. I mean, so let's see. It's nothing against them, obviously. They're still here, so... Gonna go ahead and go for the crunch. They're shielding it up. This is just like a testimony as to how this cannot be an esport. Because, I mean, what do you get hard counter? There's nothing you can do. So we're bringing in the Talonflame here. And going to go ahead and let that Weather Ball go through. Hitting us with another one. It's going to do okay damage, so we're going to shield this one up. Just in case there's something back there that Talonflame can handle. Politoed. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge. Let's see if we can get that last shield out of them. Alright, beautiful. Going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird now. Simply shielding this up. But I don't know what's going on here. I feel like they had the Weather Ball. Okay, we had a CMP. Great, great. So we are going to shield this up. I'm going to keep the Talonflame going. Swap it to Empoleon. Catch this with it. I mean, not very effective. We're looking good. Farm it down. We're going to be able to go for a Drill Peck. Do you see this? Do you see it, you know? I mean, you know, even if you had the best PvP player in the world who is hard countered like this to this degree, I mean, there's really not much you can do to pull out of that, right? And that, to me, is not a game that is calling for... I mean, it's competitive. But when it's like that, at least in the main series games, if you're hard countered in such a fashion, I guess by typing, there's abilities, there's items, there's moves that have effects, there's, you know, strategy involved with it. This one, it's like, well, crap, I'm countered, I lose. Yep. All right, so don't feel bad when that happens to you. It's not. I mean, maybe some teams are a little unbalanced that need to be worked on. But like we've discussed before, there's a way to pull certain types up in the front. All right, that's for the people who watch thoroughly all my videos. And no, we haven't actually made a video on it, and like with the headline title. And honestly, I don't even remember which video it was anymore. I kind of just gave little hints, but there was a few times where I just dropped how it worked in the like 15-minute mark, 20-minute mark in like a 40-minute video or 30-minute video or something like that. Anyway, let's see what we have going on here. Getting hit by an energy ball and swapping into our Talonflame. They're going to be bringing in a Swampert. Yeah, hate to see that. I just, it's always like, well, crap. You Swampert, it's going to get us. So we're going to go ahead and go Brave Bird here. And no shield, great. That's actually really good. The quick move is just not enough, so they're going to be forced to throw here. And, well, it's looking pretty good. We're just going to come in here with Empoleon and farm up. Alright, so at some point I should have used a shield because, well, you're going to see something that you probably don't see too often, and that's getting farmed down. And Empoleon getting farmed down by Powdered Snow. Yeah, they just did that. Alright, so up against another fellow legend who is having a little fun down here with me. What's up, buddy? We're a long way from home, huh? Alright. So we have Granbull versus Talonflame, and I'm thinking, crap, man, this guy got me. But this is far from over, right? It's just not a good matchup in this current situation. They're letting it go through. Great. That's good. So they do have energy ready to go on that thing. Not quite sure they're at anything. Maybe they are. Wasn't counting. So we're just going to go ahead and throw in Empoleon and take them out before they can do anything. And let's see what they want to bring back into the fight. It is going to be that Gyarados. Great. This is a perfect matchup for us. We don't mind it at all. Not very effective with a Waterfall. And, well, at least we're going to go for Drill Peck. That Crunch is doing a decent amount of damage, while the Dragon Breath is slowly but surely adding up, but it is resisted nonetheless, so that is fine. We are going into the yellow first, and then getting to the Drill Peck, but they're going to be able to get this off. And I didn't want to take any chances on a bait. I didn't care. It is a Crunch, so good call. And we're going to be able to get to this Drill Run here and really put in the work. Now, I'm not using another shield. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Talonflame, and they are bringing in the Galarian Stunfisk with no shields. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip here. You don't need to shield up the rock slide if you do have an XL Talonflame here, and about this much health, because you're going to see surviving it, plenty of health left. They're going to be forced to throw. There's no way that they can quick move you down at this point. So this is great. So they are energy depleted at this point. So what we're going to do is go ahead and bring in the... Well, let's go ahead and bring in Empoleon, our only Pokemon left. Anyways, yeah. So the rest is history here. And then we go for the Drill Peck and take the win. Looking good up against that Gyarados. Let's keep it moving here. And we had a shield left. Yeah. All right, next battle, we're going to be met with a Machamp. So this is... Okay, this is okay. You're like, well, what do you mean? It's a fighter. You're flying. This is great. Yeah, I guess so. But Machamp is no joke, especially Shadow. So they go for the bait cross chop. Or maybe they're just going straight cross chop, because I've seen people do that, and it actually does kind of work. Rock Slide will easily KO you, so you're always kind of threatened with that if you know they are at the Rock Slide. So I figured they were going for another cross chop, but it does do okay damage, and I do want to kind of preserve the health, so we do shield it up. We're getting 2 shields out of them right off the bat. Now here's the good thing about this and bad thing. Sure, it's good. We're getting both shields, but I'm a champ up front. We do have a charm user, so they've got something in the back potentially to protect them from charm. So what we're going to do is bring in the Empoleon, take out that fighter that we don't have to worry about, and now we're going to see what they have in the back, which is one Snorlax. So something that's going to protect them from a charm user could be a Snorlax. I wonder what else, maybe a steel type back there. So let's see what happens. At this point, we're going to go ahead and swap because we want to start building up energy in case it is a steel, but it is a Gengar. Okay, that's very interesting. So 2 Pokemon weak to confusion on this team here, but this one does resist charm, so there is their kind of counter. We're going to go ahead and go for a Crunch, which is going to demolish that Gengar here. And, well, Snorlax is going to get a little bit of chip damage before we do go down. In comes Empoleon, and I like them. They're a fighter. Up into the bitter end here, we're going to go ahead and shield this up and then take them out with an invisible waterfall. All right, so we got a couple more battles here for you folks, and remember to hit that like button, and it always helps me out. We have another Empoleon lead, and personal thoughts on this, I don't mind it at all. It's actually fine. It's better than being up against it with my Gramble, I suppose, right? We are going to be able to basically bring it down into the low red and also get a shield out of them. Maybe even sometimes 2 shields. Sometimes people shield at the first and second one, which is fine by me. So we're going to go ahead and go for another one here, which should bring out a shield. Yep, and they're going to farm us down. And then we're just going to easily bring in our Granbull here to go ahead and farm that thing down. If they don't swap, we'll see what they decide to do. And even if they do swap into something that the Granbull's good up against, well, we can go ahead and swap into the Granbull, not worry, because, well, the Empoleon's so low, when they come back in, we'll be able to charm down. It is going to be a Kingdra, and it is game over. Good game. This thing is very, annoying. I understand going up against it, but I honestly don't care. They put it here, and I'm just showcasing it to you, right? So they're swapping into an Umbreon. Finally, let's go. Let's take out an XL Umbreon with ease, like a hot knife going through butter. We are going to shield up that first last resort because, well, it will start adding up as you're going to see how much of this does do. Yeah, so definitely needed to shield up that first one. We're down a shield. It doesn't matter. We have a bunch of energy. We're going to get that shield right back. I'm sure of that. So they're bringing in the Ninetales. We're going to go ahead and try to bait them here with the Crunch. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them. Great. Now here, let's go. Can we get to a close combat? Oh my goodness. We survive with 1 HP and get there. This is going to do a lot. KO. This is why this thing is so OP. Do you see what's going on? As soon as I see the Empoleon with that Shadow Best Buddy Nidoqueen, they say, I don't think so. I'm out of here. I'll take it to go. All right, into the next battle. We're met with a Scrafty, and this is fine. We don't want to see it with the Empoleon, so we kind of want to get rid of it now and not swap. There's no need to swap because this is a good matchup for us here. They're going for a foul play right off the bat. No bait, just doing as much damage as they can. We're going to go ahead and hit them with a Flame Charge here. Now, yeah, we could have went Brave Bird, but well, what if they would have shielded it up? Now, at this point, we're going to be able to at least quick move them down. If they do, there you go, decide to shield. And we're going to be doing a lot with our quick moves. We're actually going to go ahead and shield up this foul play as well. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually take him out here. I was trying to swap, but all right, got a little lag. Gotta love that. Bringing in a Muck. We're going to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge. And yeah, this is going to do a lot. I didn't go for Brave Bird because I just wanted to stay in here and get to another one of these, I don't know, Flame Charges and just keep running amok with this thing and just a rampage. Now we can go ahead and swap. Was not necessary. Could have just let them take me out because now we're locked here. And I didn't really need to lock myself, but they have a Talonflame in the back, so it all worked out at the end. Gramble is crushing it and taking them out with the Hydro Cannon, and we take that win. So here we go into the, I do believe this is going to be our last battle here, folks. We're going to be met with an Empoleon. Okay, that's good. Got a, not a good lead. Let's see if we're going to be able to play out of this one. Although, like we've seen it about 3 times already, this isn't really horrible for a Talonflame. All right, so they're letting it go through. That is how you want to play it out. And we will shield this up. And, well, let's see if they shield it up. I mean, 90% of the time, they're going to be shielding this second one up. I've never really encountered too many people who just let it go. So we are going to be able to go in here with, I think, do we go Gramble this time? No. We want to absorb this energy. I don't know why I even mentioned that. All right, you just want to absorb that. So perfect. All right, so they come in here with a Togekiss, and I'm thinking, well, if they're coming in here with this Charm User, and I'm a Steel type, there's got to be something in the back weak to me, right? I mean, there's got to be. So we just go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon. They don't shield it up. I think we let it go. It's an Aerial Ace. I wonder what you got back there. Let's see. It is going to be a Crobat. Oh, this is fantastically perfect. I couldn't believe it. This is the last battle. So this is the final boss for Granbull's video here. Up against a Poison type. Can it accept the challenge and rise to the occasion to take out that Crobat. Poison. They're going for a Poison Fang. Oh, it's getting heated now. Are we going to be able to make it? We get to the crunch, and will it KO? I think we need to get to one more charm, folks. If they get to that Poison Fang, it's over, and we take the win up against a Poison type with our Shadow Granbull. Let's get it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. And we are taking a 5-0 for our last set using this team here. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!